My woodland animal this time is an elephant. The seeds are here on the elephant as decoration. Hi guys, it's Jamie here, and today we're going to turn some genuine junk into a notebook and a waterfall pocketed journaling card using the prompts from Dephemerember of seed and woodland animal. Now obviously with the Indian one, woodland animal didn't really apply, so went for elephants, and you can see ended up with a big notebook that would sit in a pocket. And with the gothic horror for the competition, first piece of new ephemera for that journal. Details of the competition are in the description below with a link. You have seed packets that also have journaling cards in them. And when you turn them over, because they're waterfall style, a journaling spot here as well. Before we go back in time, don't forget that every thumbs up means that YouTube pushes the video out to a bigger audience. So I'm really grateful for every thumbs up I get. Comments are more than welcome, as are subscriptions. I upload 3 to 5 times a week, lots of different projects going on, lots of different techniques being used. And now we're going to go back in time to see me experiment with those 2 prompts and how I finally got to these 2 finished pieces of ephemera. We're going to start with the Gothic Horror one. We will be using the lunch money envelopes again, like we did yesterday. And I've also got these coin collectors display things, which I got from Amazon ages ago, which I think could be the seeds, if you're going to have seeds on the seed packet. But the first thing is to decorate the seed packet, decorate this, then put it all together. I was also thinking, in the UK, we tend to have seed packets kind of on a long thing, and they're displayed like this. And then when you go to buy them in the shop, let me just sort of try and show you. When you go to buy them in the shop, you just pull one off the display. So I thought we might also try and replicate that. Therefore, there's also this background to decorate as well. As we can see, it is currently a Ranger product bit of junk. I am going to quickly sand the surface because it is glossy, make it a bit rougher. And then I think the quickest way to do this is going to be use the black gesso and cover it with black paint. The other nice thing about black gesso is it goes very matte when it dries, so you get no shine at all, which for a Gothic horror is what you want. This is going to be stuck to the journaling page, so you only have to cover the side that's going to be showing. Give that a blast and get it dry quickly. Just using a heat tool. This stage is pretty straightforward. I'm going to do, I think, 4. I have this image. They're meant to be packets of seeds, all the same plant. The wolfsbane or the foxglove. I found this image on the internet, put it onto the Pixar app, resized it, and then repeated that image 4 times and printed it up on A4. So 4 images on A4. We're just Mod Podging this onto this seed packet. I think we'll line it up actually. I was going to go higher, but it makes more sense to line it up because then you've created a pocket, and then trim it round when it's dry. So just squidge that down. I'm going to do that on all 4. While those are drying, we're going to paint round using the black gesso again our coin pockets. Now you'll see that I've tried to get a circle that's roughly the right size. If I go over the edges, I'm not worrying about it because this is a Gothic horror journal. So I'm going to try not to go over the edges by moving the circle around where I'm painting, but as you can see I'm failing already. Let's just see how it all dries up. So I'm going to keep doing that. Everything's dry, this has been trimmed up. These have been cleaned with a bit of a baby wipe, and I've inked the inside edge. I thought it's quite difficult to get to that circle to ink that, so there is going to be a little bit of white showing through, but not too much. I've also got these ready to go, but I want to decorate the cardboard they're going to sit on a little bit. I was thinking wolf, full moon, werewolf. So you've got this, which is the waxing and waning of the moon, and then we've got this, which is actually the foxglove itself. I've done these on sticker paper, and then with these running down this edge. So I think this needs to go brown. So let's do that stage next. I'm assuming that I'm going to use the vintage photo. I might even black the edges so it sits on the background better. I might use 2 browns on this, I'm not sure yet. Let's get the first one down. They're not too dark. They are a pinker brown than that. I have the rusty hinge, which I think is a little more orangey. I don't have a clean one of these, so I'm just going to cross-contaminate. Don't scream at me. And maybe do a little bit of the espresso as well. This is more a sort of grey brown to me, so it will fit better on that background. I am probably going to just edge it with the black, which I wouldn't normally. I do with the art journals, but in the vintage journals I don't normally edge with black. I want to put this one down first and run it here. So this is more like an advertising board. It's whether we edge it with black or brown. I think black, but are they going to completely cover that up? Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to put it too much to one side then. I'm going to keep it so it falls like that. Now with these, do we want to decorate them? I don't know that we do. I think we just need to fill them with seeds and put them there. You just edge these with, I think I might do 2 to pick up on these colours. So do the orangey brown and then the espresso. I've just grabbed some sunflower seeds and I'm going to just put a few because I don't want to cover up the wolf's face completely. I'm going to try with the silicone glue, and I think to get that to stick, clip it with paper clips till it dries. To put this together, I'm going to use some double-sided tape and just tape the top part only so that these can be lifted up. So it's just one piece of tape on the reverse, so that now lifts up. I'm not adding these yet because I want to get these down in this kind of slightly staggered order. Then with the last one we can glue that down a bit more. And then we might do something here just to decorate that bit. I'm not sure what yet. I'll have a think about that. And then we have these to add, and I was going to actually do them over the wolf's face on each level. I've just quickly printed up this little wolf's bane piece of paper. I mean, it is on every envelope anyway, but I thought if we put that over that area, it's going to decorate it a little bit. To make it match, I'm going to use the inks, and we can put that there. And then, I don't know, maybe it still needs a little something. I'm just going to get an ink stamp, I think. I don't need an ink stamp. I found this, which I cut off some old music sheets. I think I'm just going to edge this one up, stick it on here, I think straight, but only slightly up. That is the first one of the 2 styles to this challenge done. This is the first piece of new ephemera for the competition prize. Details of the competition are linked in the description. I am pretty pleased with how that turned out. That's going to make a great page in a journal, I think. This time I've got this label to recycle, which actually makes quite a nice flip up. I've just sanded it a little like we did with this one, and instead of doing black gesso this time, I'm going to do the white to give me a base to work with. I've been having a little think how to do this, so I think I'm going to make the inside just journaling, then the outside I'm going to collage, but I'm going to put a substrate down first, and that will be a bit of Indian newspaper. We can just start to cover some of this with Mod Podge. The reason I'm covering the whole lot with the Mod Podge is it does act as a protector, so if I do want to do some watercolour or anything like that, this will stop it being highly porous. Anyone who's watched the previous video knows that with the Indian Boho Raj journal, I want glitter and glam. Newspaper isn't very glitter and glam. I've got some watercolours here, so all I'm going to try and do, I don't know how good these are going to be because they're cheapies from China, is see if we can get some watercolory background that's shiny on here. Just going to, obviously it is peacock themed, but it doesn't always have to be the peacock colours. Let's see what happens when we spray those down. Get lots of dribbles. What other colours have we got? I might need to get new. Ooh. Well, that's nice. I like that one. Probably dribbled a bit too much, mixing into each other nicely. Trying to think what colour here. Purple probably. Whoa, shiny. This reminds me of a lotus. We're going to pop this down, but we're going to separate it out. I have no idea how any of this is going to look, but I know India is about bright colours and shiny and clashing, so I don't think it's going to matter too much. Hopefully when that goes down it will become translucent and you will see through to those metallics. And then I am gonna cover it all, Mod Podge over the top. This is now dry. I've sanded these edges just to get off the overhang a little bit in a more natural way than just cutting it. I've been on PixArt app and pulled up and cut out this picture, and I think that contrasts beautifully with the background. That is going on next, again with the Mod Podge and a Mod Podge over the top to make it protected, non-porous. Dry time for that. I have had an idea. What I might do is glitter up the seeds. This is my idea. Let's paint up the seeds gold if we can. Not sure how this will work, but I'm imagining it will. I'm doing this on a wax paper, greaseproof paper, so they shouldn't stick. Not sure how glittery they are. So what I'm hoping to do now then is find some glittery sheets. Get the old Mod Podge out again. I think Mod Podge will be plenty. And let's see if we can get these to hold some of this foil. Let's grab some foil. And get these to glitter up a bit. It got far too late last night to carry on working on this, so I'm back today. What I'm going to do is pop these down as little embellishments on the elephant, and see how we feel, whether we should be adding some gold foil or not. I'm going to use the silicone glue, and then when it's dry I may well put on another layer of Mod Podge. I'm not even sure how easy these are going to be to pick up or move about. And put that one there, hopefully. Might be quite hard to get them to stick down. You have a bit of time to work with this glue, not a huge amount. I'm going to let that set and see how well they set. Maybe brush a bit of gold over some of this background, just a touch. I've just added some coffee stained paper to the inside so that that can be a journaling. I mean, it's a bit wrinkly, but in theory a journaling area. Could make it into a notebook by adding more paper. I might do that actually. I'm just going to spread some Mod Podge over all of this. If I convert it to a notebook, I am going to need to cover the back, I think. Got a bit of gold leaf left. I'll try and get it to not go down too much in one area. Let's just use hands. You might as well get the elephant a bit gold then, so he fades into the surrounded and covered in a golden aura. I don't think any of that work underneath is like the Indian newspaper or the metallic watercolours is really showing up anymore, but that's one of the things that happens when you try and different techniques. Some might get lost. That's okay. Whoa, glam. Right, next thing is I'm going to stick some wax paper over that and a weight on it and let it dry. I've decided that this should be made into a notebook. This is pretty heavy now with all that layering and Mod Podge. It's really stiff card. I've cut up some coffee stained paper that's got mandalas on it, and I am just going to punch them through the top of here, this very sharp little heavy object, and just create a hole and then create a hole somewhere else. I've got this ribbon because I thought ribbon would be nicer than wax thread, and I'm going to secure the papers using a ribbon. So just go up through here, down through this one. Hopefully it's all lining up reasonably well. Hoping my fingers can cope with doing a knot. I tend to get all finger and thummy when I have to do delicate stuff. I think it should go in a pocket, in which case this needs backing at the back. I need to sand that down to rough it up a little bit. Just a little bit rougher there because it is glossy. This is just normal strong white PVA. Hopefully it will work. I'm going to shove another weight on this to help it adhere and stick down. Both are finally finished. So this one's now going to be a notebook that sits inside a pocket in the journal, my mum's journal. My woodland animal this time is an elephant, jungle animal. A little bit of a liberty with the interpretation of the prompt. The seeds are here on the elephant as decoration. Various treatments went into this. Then you've got your coffee stained mandala style paper, and the back has just been backed with some scrapbooking paper. With this one, the finishing touches that you haven't seen are I've now put the journaling cards in, which are top trump cards of movies that I've just backed with some patterned paper that you could write on. I've altered these envelopes slightly by adding some stained sticker paper, so again you could write on here as a journaling spot. 8 potential journaling spots in this one and a whole notebook with this one. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It helps others see it. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I upload on an incredibly regular basis and try out lots of different things just to see how they go and for the fun of it. And I will see you next time.